On January 26, 2006, a Canadian naval officer deployed on board Her Majesty's Canadian ship Athabaskan, Commodore Denis Rouleau, took command of the Standing NATO Maritime Group 1, an international maritime force aimed at demonstrating NATO presence and naval solidarity in the Atlantic and the Mediterranean. Commodore Rouleau led the NATO fleet of destroyers and frigates from the alliance nations in counterterrorism, embargo enforcement, search and rescue, disaster relief, and intelligence gathering operations.
SNMG-1, the Standing NATO Maritime Group 1, is a group of ships that is basically formed by contributing nations. So nations like Canada, Germany, Holland and the United States are with us. Its mission, or my role, is basically to take those contributions from the various nations and integrate them into a very cohesive group that can take any mission from the NATO Response Force mandate. And at the same time, I'm also the commander for the task group of Operation Active Endeavour in the entire Med. So we have units from the Eastern Med as far as Cyprus, all the way to the Western Med, where we're operating right now south of Toulon. And we're basically controlling those units from an Operation Active Endeavour point of view.
Commodore Rouleau is very focused on operations. It has gotten us a tremendous amount of training. His focus on operations has resulted in us having a lot of live aircraft services and submarine services and encounters with other countries as we've driven down the Atlantic coast of Europe and throughout the Mediterranean. We've operated with just about every country we've passed, and those experiences have done a tremendous amount for the readiness and training of my crew.
This is Netherlands warship van Galen. Netherlands warship van Galen. Over.
Because it is a NATO group, it is just like within a couple of hours that they interconnect with each other and they start operating as if they had done years before. So that's the beauty of working internationally. Since we joined SNMG-1, we already knew in the background that UNIFIL, Lebanon, was playing a part, and in fact we used SNMG-1 and the operational training and operations we did as the training for ourselves to get into gear for UNIFIL. So for us, from the operational side, it was, I think, the best preparation we could wish.
Navies of the world are used, certainly from a NATO sphere, are used to operate from connectivity, communication-wise, seamanship-wise, fueling from tankers. They work very well together. They integrate very quickly. It makes my job a little easier to work with this type of professional sailors. But at the end of the day, this is what makes the strength of those standing forces there. That over the past 11 months in command of this multinational force, having seen a whole series of different ships from different nations, and that the Canadians have held their ground from a level of how professional they are, how knowledgeable they are, how capable they are. They have performed their duty not only as a single ship like Iroquois here, but as a command ship, as a flagship. And as I used to tell the crew here, you have to keep in mind all the time that the rest of the ships, they're all looking up to you. They're all looking up to you to see how you're going to do things, because you're the flagship. For me, it's been a very positive experience. For Canadians, it should be something that they can be very proud of, because all these sailors that you see around the ship here have done it with all their heart, and they gave it all that they have, and it made a big difference.